This is Switzerland Says Sorry, a show where I apologize for things Switzerland has done to the world. Like the chicken dance, written in the late 50s by Werner Thomas, it was originally called Cheap Cheap, which is ironic because Swiss things are never cheap. Like a baby shark for baby boomer, the song went viral. Even without social media, it's a vicious earworm, sorry. But we not only sent songs, we also sent diplomats. When two countries stop talking to each other, mostly because of war, a protecting power like Switzerland can act as a go-between. So far, no other country has done this more than us. But why? Are we really this nice? Let's talk about the chicken dance of neutrality. From the beginning of time, Switzerland was neutral, not by choice, but by necessity. As a tiny landlocked nation, we quickly learned to play all sides. Diplomacy became our second nature. Our favorite word is maybe, which is Swiss for no. Neutrality made us rich, but it also left a funny smell. So to make up for it, Switzerland is offering good offices, which is an oxymoron, because no office is really good, except maybe the American one. So if you're a country in crisis, you can call us and ask us to be your protective power. We talk to your enemies, so you don't have to. This geopolitical game of telephone was very popular during the Second World War. Back then, Switzerland held over 200 such mandates for 35 countries. Swiss authorities call this the golden period, which might not be the best choice of words, considering us receiving all this stolen gold. But even after the war, our good offices remained a public part of our foreign policy. Switzerland famously represented the US in Havana during the Cuban Missile Crisis. So what's so bad about helping other nations during times of crisis? Well, it depends. Let's look at Iran. There, Switzerland is acting as a protective power for the US. At the moment, Iranians are taking to the streets, demonstrating for women's rights and against the current regime. The protesters are facing arrest, torture and execution. Even children are being killed by security forces. The European Union quickly doubled down on sanctions, while Switzerland only adopted a few. The official reason: we don't want to put our position as protective power at risk. Switzerland is one of the last remaining friends of Iran at the world stage. At Iran's request, we even campaigned for granting them access to the World Trade Organization. Because change through trade is the official Swiss strategy when it comes to Iran, China or Russia. Every time one of our presidents meets with an autocrat, they always voice concern about human rights. Sometimes they even make a sad face. But in the end, everybody shakes hands and keeps up trading. While trade deals are always very specific, human rights remain vague. To voice concern is just as useful as to pray for freedom. Thanks to its good offices, Switzerland gets a seat at the table. We are able to host world leaders and post for photos. We not only appear much larger and more important, it also provides an elegant excuse to do business with bad guys. And for this, we're sorry.
This is not a message from the Swiss government. It's merely a satirical device and is in no way legally binding.
Thanks for sending in suggestions for things Switzerland should apologize for, like the chicken dance, which became part of this episode, or the infamous Swiss stare, or this one from Sarah, who thinks the Swiss should apologize for leaving red poop bags in the forest. Keep them coming. I am, as always, very sorry.